Welcome back, everyone, and what better way to conclude the main part of day 4 of this WFS Live, powered by Ronaldo, than by featuring and showcasing one of the most important concepts the World Football Summit has developed over the last few years. In partnership with GSIC, that's the Global Sports Innovation Centre, and powered by Microsoft, well, the WFS StartCup brings together startups and innovators with an ambition of disrupting the football, sports and entertainment industry. This should be fun and very exciting indeed, because 16 startups are connected via Zoom and they're about to live pitch to our judges for the chance to reach the next stage of the competition. So I will leave you in the very capable hands of our moderator for this next part, Jorge Gomez, who is program manager at GSIC.
Well, thanks a lot, David, and welcome to this fantastic World Football Summit startup by GSIC, powered by Microsoft. I just wanted to thank all of our jury members who have committed to evaluate these 16 startups that we'll pitch today. Of course, I also want to thank all the startups that added to this competition. It's been very tough to choose only 16 because the level was really, really high. And by the way, you have all the information about our members and startups in the World Football Summit StartCup by GSIC section that you will find in the World Football Summit platform. Now, before we start the first pitch, I just wanted to remind you that each startup will only have 3 minutes, okay, and we will need to restrict with the timing, as we only have 1 hour. So I'll be indicating to each speaker when the 3 minutes are over by saying time. And the members of the jury who are watching us will be voting at the same time. Remember that the finalists selected by our jury will be announced on July 27. And now let's start with our first startup. There are 4 this side, so when you're ready, I'll start the 3 minutes countdown.
I'm ready now.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Can you play the video, please? Hi, everyone. This is Orhan Cyrus. I'm the founder and CEO of 4D So we're doing virtual ad insertion for live stream gaming and esports. It's a critical time for our technology because with COVID, there's this social distancing is really hurting traditional sports broadcasting, and this unlocks a whole new ad inventory that didn't exist before. This is just an example of some of our work where empty seats can also now be a new ad inventory that can be monetized. And before we do this in sports, They've been doing this in esports for quite some time now. We work with some of the top esports teams in the world. So the opportunity in esports now kind of tipped over to traditional sports, and now we're doing pretty cool use cases in traditional sports, whether it's pre-recorded videos, live broadcasts, or live streaming content. And there's existing players in the market. There are many virtual ad insertion companies, but these are pretty old companies that are hardware based and camera based. And so we're completely AI based, and everything's in the cloud, so that allows us to do pretty cool things. So we
let's move to our next startup with ACE. So whenever you're ready, you can start.
Hello, can you hear me now? Jorge, can you hear me? Hello? Jorge, can you hear me? We're good to go? Hello?
Your turn, Danny. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me now? Okay, yes, let's get started. So my name is Danny Dankner. I'm the CEO of IntelliGym, and we're in the world of football performance. When we ask coaches what does it take to create top performing players, they usually have a similar answer. First, you need to have the physical abilities, you need to have the technique, you need to Hello? Jorge?
It's okay, Danny. Please
Okay.
follow your pace.
You need to have the tactics, and then the fourth thing, you need to have football IQ. And which one is the hardest to train, we ask? The answer is always football IQ. Some people call it game vision or simply decision making, but basically it means the ability of a player to read the game, assess threats and opportunities, and make the right decision. So we looked for a way to train football IQ, and we found it in a very surprising place. Turns out there is a lot of science that was done to find effective ways to train pilots. So we decided to take the same training technology and implement it in football. So we presented our training concept to experts, and we were fortunate to receive 2 million euros, a grant from the European Union to research and development. So here it is, and it works beautifully. The program is called Football IntelliGym. It's a software, it looks like a video game, and players are using it twice a week for half an hour. When they go back to the field, they can see the game much better and make much better decisions and fewer mistakes. It is designed for players all the way from 10-year-olds to professionals. And all you need is a personal computer, standard computer. This is why, by the way, during the shutdown, the COVID shutdown, many new users are realizing they can actually train their skills at home and use it there. The program uses AI and sophisticated algorithms, so it makes sure that it's adapted for every player based on their needs. The program was tested by researchers from Cologne Sport University and VU University in the Netherlands, and they measured whether the training is actually impacting players on the field. And in every category they measured, they found tens of % of improvement compared to the control groups. And again, the improvement is not on the computer, it's on actual on-field players' statistics. So far, we have more than 50,000 players that adopted the IntelliGym, and we have a very large database of cognitive performance of players. The Football IntelliGym is also an effective scouting tool and predicts players' future skill development. So these days, we're looking for partners, companies, clubs, and governing bodies to implement together our next generation of scouting program. Our market is primarily youth players. This is the most of the global football market, and we keep the cost very affordable. It's about 10 euros per player per month. That's it. We envision that in a few years' time, every competitive player will use their brain workout as part of their training program. Thank you very much, and I hope we'll be in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. Please, AiScout.
Hi, I'm ready. Afternoon all, my name is Darren Perrys and I'm the founder of AiScout. AiScout is a fully automated talent identification platform that allows professional football organisations to scout amateur football players using AI through a mobile phone. Please play the video. Working with academies like Chelsea Football Club and experts in talent identification, we were able to learn what is important in the scouting and trial process of an amateur player. We also learned that what we could enhance this process with new research and findings in talent ID. We developed the first part of our platform with the Player app. This allows clubs and their sponsors to host virtual trials for technical, athletic, cognitive, and psychometric testing, the type of assessments that are normally completed in a normal 6-week trial process. Players enter the trial, film their entry, and upload from their phone. AiScout then analyzes the entry. Clubs can now learn valuable information on a player prior to any trial or scout visit. It also allows clubs to expand their reach, trialing and analysing and providing automated feedback to anyone in the world that has access to a mobile phone. The second part of the platform is the Scout app, provides a scout with real analysed data. They can shop, filter using any data they choose to capture. Finally, clubs and players have an option to use our Elite Performance Lab, state-of-the-art equipment that links into the AiScout database to provide advanced performance data on amateur and academy players. Traction to date. During our development, we ran a beta test with just 50 random players aged 16 to 19, and we had these results. 6 Premier League trials, 3 Championship trials, 1 player never scouted before signed for AFC Bournemouth, 2 players selected for the Sri Lankan national squad, 1 to the Irish squad, and 3 Championship trials. We launched in June 2020 with Chelsea, West Ham, QPR, the PFSA and the Sri Lankan FA on the app. Since our launch, 35 clubs, FAs, federations and leagues have reached out to learn more. We have a fantastic team of experts that came from the world of...
Thank you, AiScout. Thank you very much. Armony, please. Mo, please.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, it's okay.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Mo, and I'm CEO of Armony. We are a Germany-based startup that was created to solve the major problems for football coaches around the world. That is verbal communication between the coach and their players during games and training sessions. Before Armony, coaches were left with no choice but to shout and jump and scream from the sidelines in the hopes that their 2-word instruction would reach a player 100 meters away. To solve this problem, some coaches used different methods. You might remember this incident, Jose Mourinho handing a piece of paper to his defender Pepe and asking him to hand it to Karim Benzema to give him the instructions. Another example took place in the quarterfinals of the German Cup between the coach of Augsburg and the coach between Augsburg and Leipzig, where the Augsburg coach handed a piece of paper to his captain with instructions. Some coaches were more creative. In 2005, Vanderlei Luxemburgo, then coach of Real Madrid, asked Raul Gonzalez to wear an earpiece during a friendly game in the United States so he could communicate with him. But not only during games, even during training sessions, many coaches prefer to keep a distance in order to get a better view of the playing ground. The biggest believer of this approach is Luis Enrique, the coach of the Spanish national team. Please watch this video of Luis Enrique trying to communicate with his players during the training session. Play a video, please.
¡Vuelta! 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 ¡Vuelta allá! ¡Vuelta todos! ¡Bravo, Saúl! ¡Bravo, Iker! ¡Y ahora te juego! ¡Juego! ¡Casa seguro! ¡Casa seguro!
Yeah, sorry. So if anyone watching this knows Luis Enrique, please tell him about Armony. We can save him his voice. The first product that we created was this armband that players could wear on their shoulders. It would serve as a speaker through which the coach can communicate with the player from their application on their smartphone. But to give our customers a better product with more features and a less intrusive product, we have partnered with the Swiss company ASI, that's one of the top GPS providers in the world, and we're launching a new product together by the end of this year. The new product will look like this: the very small meter, this very small sensor you can see on the right side of the picture, and that goes inside this vest just like any GPS tracker. It will be the smallest, the lightest sensor on the market. It will provide live wireless verbal communication in addition to live data and visualization using 5G connectivity. In addition to many more, it will provide data about the player's heart
Thank you, Armony. Thank
duration.
you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And now, BBox Sports.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, please.
Okay, so let me just start the sharing. Okay, so hello, my name is Dulce and I'm the CMO of BBox Sports, and I'm here to talk to you about sports fan engagement. So we live in a world where sports teams need to understand that their fans are a crucial part of their business. Currently, sports teams are focused on things like ticketing and games, and fans feel that sometimes they are not listened when it comes to being part of the family. Now, more than ever, that the world is hurting and everyone, even sports teams, were forced to change the way that they work, like playing games at closed doors, with no fan cheering for them, we need to find new channels that now are blocked to create new forms of engagement with the fans. And that's what BBox Sports it's all about. So BBox created an engagement tool that offers real data about real fans. Through our app, we can capture the data from the fans, allowing the sports teams to really get to know them and engage with them in a whole new level. But how do we capture this data? After all, people won't give their data for free anymore unless they get something in return. But not just something, they want experiences, like they want to share moments and they want to feel exclusive. And so we created this patent collectible item, the LEDs, which are like bubble heads on steroids that connects the fan with augmented reality content created by us. Experiences like the tour of the stadium, taking photos with players, or knowing fun facts about them are experiences that we have at this moment working with our clients. Experiences like this allow the fans to have some fun while they are capturing and understanding the fans' behavior in order to deliver the sports teams a dashboard full of interesting data to help them monetize the fans in an efficient way. Overall, it's important to know that our app is moldable for different areas like fan engagement, merchandising, corporate hospitality, or even sponsors. So when it comes to our business model, we have these two sides, the B2B, where we sell the collectibles directly to the fans or to the retailers, and the B2B, where we have a SaaS model for the sports teams that pay a monthly fee to have us as their official partners and to have access to a dashboard full of the data collection that we acquire. Mexico was our first sports customer, and this current year we have already closed with Sporting and Millwall. And right now we are under negotiation with teams like PSG, River Plate, LAFC, and the Portuguese Federation, and also the Blue Jays and the New York Islanders in other sports. All of this is possible because we have a team in strategic areas like business, marketing, design, AR, and finances. And I hope that you are so excited as I am so we can unbox this experience together. Thank you. And if you have any questions, I'm now free to answer all of you.
Thank you very much, BBox. And Beyond Sports.
Yep, let me share the screen. Right. Hi, everybody. We are Beyond Sports. Who are we, or where you might have seen us already? You might have known us or seen us in situations such as these, where in a post-match analysis, somebody, in this case Jamie Carragher, puts on a VR headset and analyzes a scene from completely new perspectives. So this is what we're doing. How do we do it? We analyze and especially we visualize positional tracking data that's being passed on to us in the context of team sports. Obviously, football is a team sport. What does that actually mean? It means that we look a lot at data, we look a lot at coordinates on a pitch. Looks a bit like this. If you zoom in or zoom out a bit, obviously we're looking at objects on a field that change frame by frame. And because we're analyzing these coordinates frame by frame and then running them through our models, we're able to create a 3D simulation that then allows us to go into any type of point of view that the simulation allows, like this one, for example, or even impossible angles such as this one, putting yourself into the point of view of the player, or even the goalie in this case, to see their perspective. And the good thing is that we do all of this in under a second, so that you can actually do this live. So where are the kind of applications that this technology can be used? We're using this in the play performance aspect to teach academies and teach younger kids to position themselves in the point of view of players. We do the same thing when we work with the data companies and actually enrich and enhance the data that they're sending us. But we actually believe that the biggest impact this technology can have is when it comes to the end consumer, when it comes to consuming content and actually putting that technology into their hands and play with it. So how can this look like? And how do we know that this can actually work? So we've done something similar, and this is an example of American football in the AFC Championship game in January, where because we're virtual, we can actually recreate that pitch in any shape or form that we want. In this case, something a bit more like a blocky character. And we've run this broadcast live at the same time that the live TV broadcast, the linear TV broadcast, and we've seen 5 times the viewership for the Twitch stream, which is obviously amazing, and also saw a completely new generation of fans watch American football. So how can we replicate this for football? Looks a bit like this. We obviously give the users the ability to go into the game, change perspectives, and actually have fun analyzing the game, going into different point of views. And the good thing is also we can play with it because obviously being virtual, we can recreate that same experience in all types of different environments, such as a Lego character. So we're planning to work together with the Eredivisie here in the Netherlands to launch an application where users can do just this, to be able to select favorites, select clips, clip their own games, and share it with the audience.
Thank you very much, Beyond Sports.
Yes, thank you.
And now, Fanisko, please go ahead. Fanisko,
yes.
Time starts now.
Hi, my name is Satish Chidibabu, and I am the CEO, co-founder of Fanisko. Sports industry is rapidly changing. With COVID, it has brought the sports organizations to their knees. Yesterday's diehard fans are aging, and today's fans are all digital with a variety of entertainment options, and sports is not the #1 priority. Sports teams struggle to identify and engage their millions of digital fans who may not even step into the stadium even once. Fanisko is a fan engagement and analytics company driving digital transformation for sports organizations. Fanisko offers a B2B plug-and-play digital platform that helps the sports organizations to identify their digital fans, high-value digital fans through data-driven outreach, engage them wherever they are and whatever they use, retain them through interactive experiences such as gamification, augmented reality, and monetize them through sponsor activation and commerce. These are the 4 pillars of digital fan engagement. We help the sports organizations to innovate and create digital diehards. Our platform offers different kinds of experiences for the sports organization so that the marketing and digital folks can create experiences for the fans and engage them not just during the season, but throughout the year. We have augmented reality experiences that helps the organizations to offer content in a unique and different way. We help fans to broadcast themselves with AR experiences, add gamification during live events as well as off season, and above all, a rich analytics dashboard so that the digital and the marketing folks can measure fan behavior and measure sponsor ROI. We are booking an average monthly revenue of $30,000 and been consistently recognized as a top global sports companies by organizations such as Techstar, Startup Bootcamp, Drakestar Partners, and others. Our current raise is a $2 million Series A, and we look forward to get more aggressive on sales and client acquisition and add more clients to our roster. Our platform is sports agnostic, and we have clients from a variety of sports. And we have seen some amazing results using our technology to increase their digital fan engagement with their retention rates and stickiness with their fans. Invest in fans and mixed reality for future returns. And now you may play the video, please. Video, please. Hello?
Thank you, Fanisko. Don't worry, we've seen your video. So now we follow with IDOVEN. Please, Manuel, your turn. Manuel? Yes, please. Good. Time starts now.
Okay, we are IDOVEN. We were born to reduce cardiovascular disease and sudden cardiac death. We are going to do it by automating the way cardiac arrhythmias are diagnosed using artificial intelligence. Let's start with the problem. Cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death and the single largest cost driver of the global healthcare system. I'm a cardiologist and I have seen this pain firsthand every single day. The problem has an overall annual cost of almost 800 billion. Although the global incidence of sudden cardiac death in professional football is relatively low, it is higher than the average global incidence in sport-related sudden cardiac deaths. Let me show the case of Anthony Van Loo, a healthy Belgian defender with no symptoms who underwent a pre-participation medical screening. Doing high-precision medicine, it was detected that an increased risk of dangerous cardiac arrhythmias and cardiac arrest was found. Please play the video. A defibrillator was implanted for primary prevention. In this video, you can see Van Loo having a cardiac arrest during a match. The defibrillator gives him an electric shock and brings him back to life. He did not know what had happened and wanted to continue playing the game. Of course, he was taken to the infirmary. Willem is the name we gave to our artificial intelligence software. What it does is, it reads the ECG and gives you a medical report with all the arrhythmias found. We add value to healthcare because we reduce quotes by 20 and report delivery time by 10. We add value to doctors because we give them cardiology expert support. And we also add value to any athlete because we give them a better access to healthcare, giving them a wearable ECG monitoring kit to use in real trainings or resting everywhere. We sell ECG reports to companies, sport teams, hospitals, and final users in Europe. Together with our partner Nuvo, we have analyzed more than 200 hearts from elite football players from top-tier clubs of La Liga in Spain and Mexico. We currently analyze almost 800 patients per month. Those are some grants we have won. We were ranked #1 health tech project by Neotech and have the seal of excellence from the European Commission. As far as the team is concerned, I'm a sport cardiologist and have been working since 2014 with the Spanish Sport Councils and the elite athletes. Jose Maria is a telecommunication engineer with a PhD in machine learning applied to cardiology, and Inigo is a leading entrepreneur who sold La Nevera Roja for more than 80 millions and has led teams of more than 200 people and raised more than 100 millions from venture capital. We have a gender-balanced team with experience in the best companies and institutions. And Iker Casillas, the World Cup winning Spanish goalkeeper who suffered a heart attack in training last year, is the last member to join the team. We could not have found a better
Thank you
ally.
very much,
Thank you very
IDOVEN.
much.
That's over. The time's over. And right now, Imaginar. Please go ahead. Wait a minute, please. Yes, please go ahead. Time starts now.
Everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Alan Paul Silverstein of Imagine AR, a self-service mobile augmented reality platform for fan engagement activation around the world. Please play the video now.
Please, Ali.
Good afternoon. So we work with a lot of clients here in North America, providing fan engagement and activation for all of them. As a matter of fact, for the Tyson Fury 2 fight, we actually created an AR engagement opportunity with the most famous cut man in the world in Tyson Fury's corner and dropped them everywhere in North America in 60 seconds. The ability for fans of the fight to take pictures of themselves, engaged, and watching themselves loaded up to TikTok, Instagram. We have an SDK that could fully integrate with any mobile app today in native mode. So you can drive that engagement activation with your fans, with your app. You can create, like Pokemon Go, your own AR scavenger runs in stadium, in the city, around the town, using your assets simply. You've got premium customers in the suites. You can do special player pictures. They could do with green screens, merchandise offers, other season tickets, other rewards, all built into the self-service platform already. Simple to use and instant to create these AR activations. This is one we did at a baseball game, right off a video. The player showed up right for the picture. It could be shared instant in social media. Additionally, online streaming as well. For the online streaming, you just point at the screen and immediately have activations from sponsors, from advertisers off their package, creating AR. We allow you to use MP4 videos, JPEGs, images, animations, any asset you have to drive engagement with fans in their home, mobile, especially during today's pandemic environment. You can do ticket sales right off of the billboards. You can go with sponsor activation right off of their logo too. Full integration into social media, TikTok, Instagram, sharing videos of you with the characters or you enjoying the AR experience. We are low budget. We're instant. We can engage right into your mobile app, existing native immediately, tell the stories organically, full social media, drive to loyalty and engagement. And even if you want a loyalty reward program with AR, Imagine AR can do that for you, and full analytics and data capture. Measure the ROI of your campaigns.
Thank you very much, Imaginar. Immersive, please, Emmanuel, go ahead. Wait a minute, please, a second. Yes, Emmanuel, go ahead. Time starts now.
Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Emmanuel, co-founder and CEO of Immersive, and as many of you, I suppose, here, I'm a huge sports fan. I love sports and I love watching sports, and when I go to the stadium, I can really feel the atmosphere there, which is great. but I'm missing all the information I would have had if I had stayed at home. So I wonder, as fans, why should we have to choose between the atmosphere and the information? And actually, do we really have to choose? Well, at Immersive, we don't think so, and that's why we created Arise, an augmented reality solution on smartphones, which allows fans to display directly on the pitch and in real time all the information they want, when they want it, and as much as they want it. Video, please. They can display the lineups of the two teams, for instance, or they can even directly click on a player to select him and access his stats, for instance. And as you can see, our product is already live. We've deployed it last year with the Bundesliga for world premiere in Germany in 5G stadiums. And it works for football, but we've also deployed it for basketball or ice hockey. And actually, we can deploy it for any type of sports, including esports in any part of the world. So that solution is not only 5G enabled. It relies on a patent pending technology based on machine learning and computer vision, which basically allows us to detect the pitch from any points of view in the stands. Just a sec. Yeah, that technology also allows us to deliver specialized and interactive experiences to the fans. And that's also what makes us different from our current competition. And it has been delivered by a team of sports fans for sure, but also a team of sport experts. Indeed, with my co-founder, Stéphane, we've been working in the sports industry for years before we launched the company as colleagues. And since then, we've been joined by ex-colleagues of ours, as well as by data scientists and augmented reality experts, both on the design and development side. And now, if we take a look at the AR market, only 3 years ago, Apple and Google released the first AR toolkits for smartphones. And since then, we've been working with the most innovative clubs and leagues in the world to bring those new experiences to the fans. And by 2023, it will be completely mass market, as 3.4 billion smartphones will be AR enabled. But that's only the first step, as the ultimate experience will be on glasses. We are currently working with the leaders on the market, Microsoft for the HoloLens, Magic Leap, and Unreal. And by 2023, Apple and Facebook will also have released their glasses. So at that point in time, we will be watching sports through glasses in the stadium, but also at home. And this is the future of watching sports, and we are excited to make it happen. Thank you.
It was immersive. Thank you, Emmanuel. And now iSPORTiCS with Raphael. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you.
And
hello,
time
everyone.
starts now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Raphael, one of the founders and CEO at iSPORTiSTiCS. If you could please play the video. Our company turns raw sports footage into richer content and intelligence through algorithms that interpret and recognize a sports action like us humans would. We bring the concept of a smart sports video platform, SSVP, empowering customers and partners to extract context and information from video in sports. We apply AI and computer vision to amplify coverage, better engage audiences, and drive content monetization through scalable solutions. That is allowing us to address some key pain points from a number of players along the sports value chain, from content capture all the way up to distribution and monetization. We provide all clients in the media realm, such as broadcasters, agencies, TV networks, and marketing departments from teams and federations, with a big diversity of outputs from the same raw footage. For technical customers and partners, analytical tools to increase the scope of analysis, scouting, screening, and performance evaluation, all on a plain and simple interface. Hat trick, knockout, triple-double, pole position, grand slam, and no-hitter. Our set of solutions go from autonomous clipping of highlights on a live setting to graphical tactical sketches inserted into the footage, to tracking and detection of people, objects, and actions. The platform is web and cloud-based and simple, agile, and lightweight, making implementation easy and seamless. No infrastructure, training, or complicated tutorials needed. Creativity and a few clicks are all it takes to extract insight and generate amazing content and analysis. Our purpose is to bring world-class tech in video intelligence for every sport, everywhere, to everyone. In a little more than 2 years, we've already assembled a stack of proprietary algorithms in video and image recognition and contextualization that serve as toolbox and power our platform, which led to solutions and projects tackling real problems for big clients. Even during this sports unplanned break, we've been helping customers and partners quickly repurpose historic video collections, automate all-time highlight reels, gather and measure analytics such as speed and distance. We feel technology can make up for years in innovation lag to be caught up in a short time, and we strongly feel sports deserves that. Let me finish by encouraging all you judges and summit participants to reach out and test drive our solutions.
Thank you,
That's all
Sportex.
from our side.
Thank you, Rafael. Olocip, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's okay. So time starts now.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mario, Business Development Manager from Olocip, and thanks for the opportunity. If you will take a look about the market and we listen carefully the questions that are internally in the clubs, in the sport directors, in the scouting departments, are analyzing constantly performance of the player, which player could fit better in their teams, and how to identify the next talent. And when we try to find these kind of answers in the market and in the sports industry, football industry market, we take a look about this kind of analysis, and we can identify information about the players, but regarding past statistics, past performance, based on different contexts than your own team, in another teams, in other leagues, in other countries. And this is not answering the real question. The real question is how about the future performance of the player in my team the next season. In this example, I have Timo Werner, and how about how was the performance of the player in Leipzig, but how about his performance the next season in the Chelsea. If I have to analyze, for example, 2 players, I cannot go to the market, take 2 players from different contexts, from different leagues, based on the past performance of the players, and taking the same graph and try to obtain conclusions, because this is something dishonest. This is something discontextualized. My real question is, if I have to choose and to identify which of the both players could fit better in my team, I need to contextualize and analyze in a future context in my team in the next season. And this is something possible. This is something possible through artificial intelligence. This is something possible through all of the artificial intelligence platforms in order to provide more tools, more knowledge, more information in order to minimize my risk. For example, I'm looking for a replacement of a player. I know I cannot go to the market and look for players that have similar performance in another teams, in another leagues, with another teammates, with another coach. This is something, again, dishonest. This is something discontextualized. The real question is, if I see a new player, which player is going to perform in a similar way in my team the next season from the reference player? And this is the real answer. And this is the real answer that answers the real question. And this is possible through artificial intelligence, and this is possible through all of the platforms, artificial intelligence platform. Because this kind of information and this kind of knowledge, this is not something about big data. This is not something about filter past statistics. This is not something about organized. This is something new information, new context that always is going to be closest to the reality than if we only consider past statistics. This is something complex, and this is something that is going to provide me more guarantees, minimum risk in order to take the better decisions. So this is how Olocip born, to provide real answer to the real question in the football industry. And this is possible not only in the scouting areas, also in performance, in mass analysis, in injury prevention, or corporate areas, for example, in order to how to optimize in a future concept my digital assets. And this is possible through different artificial intelligence.
Thank you, Olocip. Thank you, Mario. So now Pico, get personal with Yaron. If you're ready, please go ahead.
Thank you.
And time starts now.
Okay. Okay, so thank you, everyone. I'm Yaron from Pico. We help brands build personal relationships with the millions of their fans in an automatic way. Engagement is talked a lot about in the sports industry, but it's actually not a real problem, as fans are engaging even when there are no games. The real issue is knowing their fans. And the reason this problem exists is that there are basically two types of fans. The identifiable fans, those who have had transactions with the teams, buying tickets, merchandise, or being on membership lists, and those on the digital side, following across social and website and app. If you take as an example a tier 1 club like Borussia Dortmund from the Bundesliga, they have around 500,000 fans in their internal CRM and more than 30 million fans following them across social and digital. That creates a huge gap, in their case, of 98% unidentifiable fans. And for most teams, it's around 90%. That's where Pico comes in by turning this engaged, anonymous online fan base into real profiles to support your business objectives. And these business objectives could be direct sales or anything that is, capture data or sponsor related. The way we do it is a 3-step process. At first, we piggyback on the team's ability to engage and bring the fans in by creating these fun gamification activations for teams to promote from digital or from the large video display screens when fans will be back. Once fans click, we immediately capture data from social channels, but also from questions that we ask that make sense within the conversation. And all of this aims to convert in a better ratio with personalized and targeted offers. We're happy to be working with teams all over the world: NBA, NHL, US sports, Bundesliga, just launched with Premier League, rugby teams. And the business model we have as a SaaS platform is a flat fee that ranges in the model, and then a success-based component on top of it based on the amount of fans that teams are adding. Just to wrap up, so a quick example of how social media can't just be about the likes and comments. That's 5 years ago. So Borussia Dortmund in this example, 200,000 likes bidding farewell to Christian Pulisic last season. But actually, they could have done a swipe up to play story, engaging fans to vote for his best moments. And then short term, they're gaining sales of shirts, and long term, they're adding people to the database. I'll wrap up with a case study by Borussia Dortmund working with Pico. When they signed Erling Haaland, they launched a Pico trivia on Facebook and added, from a single Facebook post, 12,000 fans with great feedback and great participation rates. Ever since then, Borussia Dortmund have been working extensively with Pico. So just to wrap up, we're introducing a new KPI. It's not just about engagement. It's actually about engagement performance. How many fans you have identified.
Thank you,
Thank
Pico.
you, guys.
Thank you very much. Seyu, Together for Victory. Tom, are you ready? Please go ahead.
Yes, I am here, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys.
Perfect. So time starts now.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in for my presentation. Everybody knows this kid. He's the main character of a very successful La Liga campaign. He spent a holiday in Spain, where he fell in love with Spanish football, and upon his return, he shares his exciting experience with his mom. There are over 213 million fans around the world like him who follows La Liga day in and day out. The question is that, do La Liga and Spanish clubs help them to have a real-time matchday experience at home? Seyu is here to give fans like this kid and 72.6 million others around the world who are interested in La Liga and photo posting the chance to have a real-time remote fan experience and actively become part of their favorite team's victories. Seyu is allowing fans around the world to take selfies, add motivating messages, and post them in branded frames onto all screens in the stadiums through a moderated channel in real time. Fans also can share their selfies instantly and proudly on social media. Sure, armed with a few guys with Photoshop skills, almost everybody can come up with some sort of a solution like Seyu, if forced, as we saw it at the restart of major football leagues. However, can they provide a service that is scalable? Seyu can display 2,500 selfies during a match on the giant screens and perimeter boards, doing this in a way that provides every single fan with a photo of their selfies being displayed in his favorite team's arena. Would you please play the illustration video while I'm continuing with my pitch? Thank you. Can I get a yes, it's being played?
It's okay.
Thank you. So also, can they enlarge the club's database? Seyu's GDPR-compatible privacy policy and the Facebook, Gmail, and Apple ID authentication process makes it possible for Seyu to provide its partners with user data. Can they expand the club's marketing portfolio? Seyu creates an additional 8 commercial platforms, directly reaching fans throughout a highly emotional experience. Can they involve remote fans in real time? Seyu solution makes branded, moderated, and fan-generated content available for stadium display and social media sharing by the fans within 6 to 12 seconds, just as you can see in my illustration video just about now, I guess, because I can't see it. Also, would these makeshift solutions generate additional revenue? Seyu can directly tap into the spending power of a remote fan base and generate €950,000 additional revenue on already sold commercial surfaces in a season for a club. I don't know if the video is still playing. Do I have the screen back?
Yes.
Thank
Please.
you. Okay, so I continue. Yeah, so it would take converting less than 1% of an average size Spanish club as fan base to achieve full potential. At Barcelona, it would be only 0.05% of its full follower base to generate almost €1 million a season. Something to look at when matchday revenues forecasted to drop by 38.5% across top European leagues, and social media engagement is up by 30%. We completed over 150 sports events, including 7 world events in the past 18 months, creating happiness for over 71,000 fans in Europe and in Hungary. So if you have any more questions, I'm open for that.
It's okay. Thank you. See you. Thank you, Tom. And now Sponix Tech. Are you ready? Yes. So please go ahead and start. Time starts now.
Yes. Hello, I'm Mohammed, founder and CEO of Sponix. We are presenting 2 unique technologies, the immersive replay and the virtual advertisement. The problem is for producing this kind of contents, huge investment and hardware installation are needed. What we have come up with is producing same contents purely software-based. We are using AI, machine learning, and computer vision to do this. With our technology, we increase fan engagement and change fan experience. More than that, we create new era for sponsorship. We just need broadcast speed of the match. We eliminate any need for hardware, which costs millions of dollars in each stadium. So we can do this for any match in any stadium. The first product is immersive replay technology. We can produce unique videos from eyes of players. We produced the first immersive replay in UEFA Champions League history during PSG vs Dortmund match. The only competitor is Intel TrueView solution, but they need huge installation in a stadium to produce same contents. So they have installed it in just 10 football stadiums worldwide. Our second product is virtual advertisement technology. With this, we can add virtual ads in sport events real time. There are few companies that can do this, but all of them need hardware installation in stadium, including sensor, specific billboards, or specific cameras. Our technology was just finished at the end of 2019, and soon after, we finalized our deals with Benfica Lisbon, Italian Serie A, and UAE Pro League. Also, we are in close negotiation with some other big names. The market size is huge. It's about 10 billion each season. Our clients are broadcasters, clubs, tournaments, and leagues. Our business model is B2B. We provide the service for the clients, and they will pay us directly or through their sponsors. Video, please. In the end, please have a look at a short video showing our 2 products. As I mentioned, we produced the first immersive replay in UEFA Champions League history during PSG vs Dortmund match on March 11. We showed the vision of Neymar at first goal of the match. It was broadcasted live from some TV channels in Europe, and the feedback was amazing from UEFA Champions League audiences. Also, we are able to produce 360-degree contents using existing camera feeds in stadiums. About our virtual ad solution, as you can see, we are able to insert virtual ads on the billboards and next to the goals. With this technology, each billboard in sports venues can be sold many times for different regions at the same time. So we can make new revenue stream for right holders. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Sponix.
Thank you
And
so much.
last but not least, Sport Buff with Ben. Are you ready?
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much. Saving the best for last. Are we ready?
So yes, please go ahead, and time starts now.
Wonderful. Thank you. I'm here to present Sport Buff, the next generation of sports fan engagement, already powering global partners like FIFA, Fox Sports, and DreamHack, and backed by partners like AWS and Amazon. The problem we're solving is the fact live sports are losing fans big time, especially with younger audiences. Their expectations have shifted massively. And I know this. I have 3 young sons. We're watching a game together, and within 5 minutes, everyone's attention is diverted across different platforms other than on the action. And sports broadcasters are struggling with this and creating a fragmented experience. Sport Buff is here to then bring that attention back over the action with a gamified platform that sits there for fans to play with and against their friends, and for our partners to do that over their platforms, engage, retain, and monetize their audiences. We do this with real-time engagements that we call buffs that happen over the action. We started this journey by working with predictions, polls, and voting, but have expanded this to quiz, live stats, tickets, pay-per-view events, fantasy, and betting. All of this is available on every sport, every device, and in every language. And we're backed with some of the data from leading partners like Stats Performance, Sport Radar. Play the video, please. And this is an example here where we're able to then show with broadcast happening, the questions coming through from the commentators, creating a nice loop as that question goes out to the audience and they engage with it. With FIFA, we've been working with them over the top of their World Cup at home over the summer and being able to retell these stories in a different dynamic way. And with DreamHack, during breaks in the esports tournament, and the downtime is when we actually then start engaging the audience around their different sponsors. And end the video and back to the deck, please. We're able to do this by learning what the fans want. And so we've developed and in development constantly, we take live input from fans and from data, and we deliver the AI lab. It creates hyper-relevant content, which is optimized for the audience, which we then create in a feedback loop with our Sport Buff overlay. And what that allows us to do is develop algorithms that match users with content. We're focused on sports, but this is something that can then scale to many other verticals as well. We have the team to be able to deliver this with extensive and unique experience, decades of experience in fan engagement, monetization, gamification, betting, broadcast, and AI. And our business model is kind of growth hacking B2B2C. So we work really closely with our partners who pay us a license fee to engage and monetize their audiences on transactions like in-app purchase, merchandising, and others, generating significant revenue that enables them to continually use the platform. Even during this global pandemic, we've been able to generate 6-figure revenues, multi-million-dollar pipeline, hundreds of over 100K users, live users on there.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks
Thank you,
very
Ben,
much for your
from
time.
Sport Buff. Thank you, Jorge. Jorge, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. So thank you very much, Sport Buff and all the startups. This was the last startup to pitch. So now the jury will be submitting their final votes with the internal tool that we've created for them. And we will be processing all their answers in order to know the 8 selected finalists who will be announced on July 27. Now we've come to the end of this amazing World Football Summit StartCup by GSIC powered by Microsoft. So once again, thank you very much to all of our jury members who have been watching these startups and who I'm sure have been very impressed by the level of all the startups. And of course, thank you very much to all the startups we've seen today, and congratulations for such great work. Also, thanks to everyone who has been watching us, and obviously for this fantastic event. And that would be everything from our side. So, Dave, all yours.
Thank you very much indeed, Jorge. And also a huge thank you to Julie Anna from the WFS team, who is our very own super sub. She came onto the pitch, scored a hat-trick, and walked off to a standing ovation clutching that match ball. She was the voice of God that you heard there during those presentations. So, très bien joué, Julie. Merci bien. So many brilliant ideas harnessing innovation, creativity, technology, mostly focused, as you probably saw, on player and team performance, but also fan engagement, with a lot of them using AI-driven tech as well. So yes, we will await July the 27th with bated breath. Well, that brings to a close the main part of WFS Live powered by Ronaldo Day 4. Remember, one more day to go. So thank you to everyone for your participation today. But don't forget, there are some Brazil Run panels a little bit later on, introduced by Eduardo Baraldi, who is the CEO of Opticum Brazil. Today's topics include 7 p.m. CEST, how the sports industry can learn from the entertainment industry in the current situation. At 8 p.m. CEST, Brazil football management and which international models are references. And 9 p.m. CEST, how Brahma has been building a strong association with Brazilian football over many decades. Of course, don't forget, if you've missed a panel from today, you can watch it through the WFS Live platform 24 hours later and continue to spread the word about this event at WF Summit on Twitter and at World Football Summit on Instagram. Tomorrow, we start at 1300 CEST, Central European Summertime, with the African perspective, an overview of African football of tomorrow in partnership with HEA Sports. I'll leave you now, though, with a presentation containing some interesting information of some of the exhibitors participating in WFS Live, powered by Ronaldo. See you tomorrow.